Thank you very much for the invitation. This is great to see many friends and colleagues, even though I'm only online. Thanks for the invitation. I've been asked to explain what we're doing at EURORDIS with the EURORDIS Open Academy in terms of training in research and development. So just before I start, I would like to emphasize that we've been doing this since 2008. And we're also doing it not only for patient and patient advocates, but also to some extent for young researchers. So I will be speaking a lot of patient advocates, how this is useful and empowering patients. But just remember, and I think a lot of you in the room, you've been contributing, you are still contributing to the development of the content, to the delivery of the different trainings on site. So you know that it's open to researchers. So as I know, and I've seen that some researchers are connected. So what are the objectives of all trainings? So it's really to not only to support, it's really to, because patients are active, they're active in their training activities, in their learning curve. So it's more to accompany them by offering rare disease specific training programs. And we're offering a lot of trainings in the research environment. So a lot of all trainings, I will explain a bit more, are on scientific and translational research, and also on the development of medicinal products. And we do have also some trainings on leadership skills. So the objective is really to build this program and to enable the patient advocates, the patients, and to some extent some young researchers to gain an understanding of the therapeutic development, regulatory processes in rare diseases, because there are specific tracks for rare diseases, providing the knowledge, but also the skills for patients and patient advocates to become legitimate collaborators in research, and I will come back to that, and empowering patients, because when we are doing those trainings, we're also doing most of them on site as well, and it's also building a community, and I will come back to that because Michaela asked me to explain how we're building this community, and I hope we will have some testimonies about how useful it might be for the different stakeholders. So we're offering a blended learning approach. So it means that we're having in-person training, but we are also having e-learning courses, webinars that are preceding the on-site experience. We're also, when we're organizing on-site trainings, we're also doing research visits, and there's plenty of networking opportunities between the people living with rare diseases, but also between those and researchers, and also, of course, the speakers of all different schools that we do thank once again, because without them it would be impossible to deliver this free training to patient advocates. So we're doing this with expert trainers. So they're coming from a very broad range of expertise in research, regulatory, industry, patient organizations, to build a really comprehensive training program. And we're also very careful about delivering updated information and actionable content. So making those trainings in such a way that the content delivered will be useful at some point for the people attending. So useful to engage with researchers, useful to engage with regulators, or useful to engage with policymakers. We've been having different partners since the start of the schools at EURORDIS. Currently, we've got main partners who are European Joint Programme on Rare Diseases, who has been supporting the organization of the on-site courses for more than 5 years. Also, the European Medicines Agency, who is helping us and bringing in-kind experts to the schools, and of course the University of Leiden with Annemieke Artsmarus really being one of the key pillars of the expert trainers. This is just a picture of the last edition of the school. It was in June last year, so we were very happy to be back in person after a few editions online. And we've been reformatting a little bit the way we're doing our trainings on site. So we're having all our cohorts at the same time so that we can also have more mutual brainstorming, networking, and they're really, this is facilitating also the transition from more preclinical subjects to clinical subjects. So we're really trying to build and to help that community to grow and to support each other afterwards when they go back to their own organizations and country. So I'm sure you may remember some people. We always have a number of neuromuscular disease organizations represented. So as I said, we've got those two main tracks, the School on Medicine Research and Development. So up to now, we've trained more than 500 people, and the School on Scientific Innovation and Translational Research, and a bit more than 200 people trained so far. It started 10 years later, so it's a little bit younger. As I said, we've got this 1 week face-to-face training, and we really believe this is really the core part of the training. And we've also been involved in a number of online training development at EURORDIS. I will be touching this upon a little bit in the next slides. And we really think that the on-site is really complementary, and this is really where the community is building, because online we've seen it all together with COVID. I mean, we're not creating the same sense of community online, even though it's a start, but it's not enough. And we're also doing trainings on leadership and communication skills, which are also very welcomed by the community. I just put an extract of what it looks like on the website for the online training we're delivering. So they're free, open to anyone, not restricted to any specific targets. We've got a good share of young researchers and also different stakeholders joining from a very broad range of countries all over the world. So when it comes to the impact, there's a number of different impacts. We, of course, have certainly more capacity to assess the impact of the school that started in 2008, so one on medicine development and research. Sorry. And those impacts are really about the engagement of patients in different European Medicines Agency activities, so involving them in scientific committees, in protocol assistance, in scientific advice groups, also in different surveys, consultations, or also some discussions on safety issues or product information. So once people living with rare diseases are trained through our courses, they're able, I mean, they apply, or we encourage them to apply to a number of committees, and we're still going on with the support to those different individuals and groups. And we've counted the time that is spent by all those volunteers, and it represents 308 days per year approximately. So it's a huge contribution. And just to give you another idea of the involvement of patients in EMA activities, in 2022, we helped identify 34 patients in protocol assistance. Those impacts, I think, are a bit more related to the latest school we've developed on scientific innovation and translational research. And those impacts are the fact that new patients are joining EURDIRC task force. So EURDIRC is the International Rare Disease Research Consortium. And patients are experts in those task forces and bringing their contribution and raising the level of awareness of patients' challenges. We're also empowering expert patients to provide critical reviews. So I think European Joint Program on Rare Diseases has been really innovative on that, having patients, experts providing reviews for all the submitted projects. And also increasing, I mean, one of the impact of a better trained population is also having more patient representatives involved in funded projects as well. And not only in a passive role, but really taking the lead. And I think you all know Michaela Onali. She's definitely a great example. There's a number of other patients doing the same, and looking at her also as an example to follow in that way, and really building projects with researchers and clinicians. I think those other impacts are also speaking at meetings, training and mentoring others, I think also, because once patient advocates have come to all different schools, I think they're in a position also to some extent to mentor the others and to train them also on some aspects of the research, and also to encourage them to join further training. And a lot of them are also going to other more generic trainings in other settings. And also I mentioned the community spirit and the trust, the confidence they're also finding in being trained that way. So this is just a picture of the EURORDIS Winter School in 2019. You may recognize some people, one in particular. And I think it was also the starting point of some further discussion and work that has been initiated in the context of the European Joint Programme, together with Michaela Onali and other patients, building a short guide on patient partnerships in rare disease research projects, because I think everyone is keen in engaging patients, but it's not always easy to know how to engage and even better involve patients in the research. So this guide is leading you through the best examples, so the best steps to reach this involvement, and I can put the link in the chat afterwards if you need. And I wanted to mention, it was mentioned by Teresina earlier, that in the context of the EGPRD, a number of online resources have also been developed, and they've been developed together by under the umbrella of the European Joint Programme on Rare Diseases, together with the Foundation for Rare Diseases, EURORDIS, and European Reference Networks. And when we worked with European Reference Networks, we also worked with patients involved in those European Reference Networks. So for instance, for the one on translational research, we worked with Michaela Onali, we worked with Jean-Philippe Plançon as well, and they brought their experience, they wrote contents, they recorded videos that are used now online, helping others. And when I'm speaking about others, it's definitely not only patients, there's a lot of researchers, clinicians, taking this course. We've got more than 2,000 people having followed it. So really thinking again the time that is spent by patients in providing their help and their insights in helping others to be trained. And there's a specific set of videos from Michaela Onali on the role of patients in preclinical research. And it's really helping the users also to relate. I will be very short on EURORDIS because I think you've had the presentation from Daya, even though I joined late. I think she explained this. So the opportunities on education and training will go on with EURORDIS. So we are very happy to be able to sustain this activity. The main difference maybe will be that it will be more mature learning from patients and researchers, young researchers. The objective is to train them at the same time on the basics of research on rare diseases. So we will be welcoming more young researchers and students. And it's already the case. I mean, we're already receiving a number of young researchers, but it will be more and more the case in the next years. Thank you for your time. This is my email if you've got any questions.